I hope he doesn't get the sickness.
My boy Kurt is a stay-at-home dad, watching Disney movies he never had. His daughter digs through all the VHS, crushing the classics in a princess dress. Informed like Scuttle, Kurt's got your ticket, making it real like Jiminy Cricket. Most off the Captain Hook, but if the Tweedledum, he'll be taking more shots than Bambi's mom. Leaves him raised like Simba, or cracked like the beast dishes. He'll show you a whole new world, you won't need 3 wishes. Stay-at-home Disney dad.
Okay, this is going to be a monster. My knowledge of Disney movies before I started this journey 75 weeks ago were the iconic 4 from the 90s. Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, and Lion King. I've been letting my daughter randomly choose the order we watch these old VHS movies, and she's picked Lion King 2, Lion King 1.5. We saw the live action remake in the theater back in the summer of 2019, and now she finally chose the original Lion King. It's been a long time coming. From what I've been told until recently, those 4 were the be-all and end-all of the Disney movie franchise, and as far as content released on the wonderful old white VHS clamshells, so far in my journey, I have to agree. For the newer Disney movies, like from the last 20 years, I've kind of recently seen Moana back when it was on Netflix before Disney Plus, and I reviewed it. I've seen Frozen 1 and 2 now. I'd like to see Princess and the Frog, Tangled, and Coco. I have a few future plans with this segment that might allow me to break away from the VHS tapes for a week or two and give me a chance to watch and review those. But for now, these are all I've seen. As a kid, I watched those original 90s cream of the crop 4. Again, I'm talking Mermaid, Beast, Aladdin, and Lion King. And as a kid, I kind of rated them as follows, from best to worst. And of course, worst is far from an acceptable term to toss on any of these 4 movies, but for my little kid taste, I had them listed as this: Aladdin in 4th, Lion King in 3rd, Little Mermaid in 2nd, and Beauty and the Beast in the top spot. Although throughout the years in conversation, I would regularly consider flipping Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast to my top spot. It was always a fight with those 2. Rewatching them as an adult, I really liked Mermaid, and I was expecting Beauty and the Beast not to hold up, but the opposite happened. As an adult, I related way more to the Beauty and the Beast movie, and it remains in my top spot. I love the Aladdin movies. Jasmine has emerged as my favorite princess of all time, but it's still in 3rd. I just don't relate to Aladdin like I do the other characters. You know, in my youth, I've longed for that unattainable romantic partner and felt like the world was against me like Ariel does. As a teenager, I also felt like there's got to be more for me than what I currently have, like Belle. I get those make sense. Aladdin feels a sense of entitlement. He wants to take shortcuts and lies to get what he wants. And I know those lessons are learned, but those aren't really my lessons. So today, we watched The Lion King, first time in as an adult, and I'm excited to see where this lands in my top 4. Press play on the VCR. They knew this VHS tape was going to sell 1 billion copies. There's like 7 ads in front of the movie on the VHS. Oh yeah, I'm about to watch The Lion freaking King, and they're reminding me to watch The Aristocats. No. Hey kids, on your way to your Lion King Christmas dinner, here's some Aristocats bologna and white sandwiches. No. As we get the classic white Disney castle against the blue background, it's eerily silent. We hear like gentle safari ambience, we dip into black, and I have to pause and walk around my room for a second because it's coming. I've said this in other reviews and I still stand by this. The opening scene to The Lion King is the best opening sequence to any movie. Not any Disney movie, any movie. Tell me one other opening. 5 minutes that set the stage as well as this and make you feel like what you are about to see is at a level this important. There's nothing else. This is it. Lion King wins forever, shut up. In the remake, the trailer, how did you feel when Simba put his little paw inside the giant footprint of Mufasa and he says, "A king's time as a ruler rises and falls like the sun. One day, Simba, the sun will set on my time here and will rise with you as the new king." Damn right it doesn't get better than that. And here is the original. Play. Opening vocals of Circle of Life, Over Top the Sunrise, baby animals and their parents. I say this all the time, but the animation is... I can't even overtop this. I can't even type overtop this. I have to watch this. Okay. Like, there's the rack focus from the bugs on the tree limb to the animal below. Up on Pride Rock, we get Mufasa and Rafiki and baby Simba. Why can't all filmmakers make stuff that matters like this? Rafiki lifts Simba, the song goes next level, it hits the chorus, the animals go next level, I go next level. I love this movie. The animals bow, the sun shines down on Pride Rock, we get that decisive drum beat to end the song as the title Lion King slams onto the screen. We meet Scar, he's unimpressed. Zazu, the kick-ass little bird, tells him that Mufasa is on his way, and he's not happy because Scar missed the coronation this morning. James Earl Jones as Mufasa appears and scolds his brother, Scar, for missing the event. Zazu says, as his brother, he should have been first in line. Scar claims he was first in line until Simba was born. Now Simba will be king one day and not him. Great wordplay there. The blue sky in this movie just frames every scene. Okay, we got the land, and my goosebumps have goosebumps. Easily Disney's best score. Like, of the songs that don't have lyrics and become standalone radio hits, this is the best. The Land is the best. All right, Simba is a little cub and wants to get up early and play. I hear Jonathan Taylor Thomas, and I admire that kid. Right place, right time, respect. Who can we get to be Simba? I don't know. How about the middle kid from Home Improvement? And you know what? Listen. That's probably how long it took JTT to make another $100 of royalties that started all the way back in 1994 and continue to this day. There, he just made another $100. And I'm talking US. He must be like Mr. Burns in the casino, right? Mufasa takes Simba to the top of Pride Rock and gives him the everything the light touches speech. James Earl Jones dropping that truth is just like something else. Like, did they know? Like, when this scene came together, did they know how amazing that clip was going to be? How it would be received and celebrated by the world. Mufasa and Simba torment poor Zazu, and hyenas are in the Pride Lands. Mufasa needs to go kick some hyena ass. Simba goes up to Uncle Scar and is like, hey, I'm gonna be king one day. If I'm king, what'll that make you? Dude, X&A. Scar is like, oh, he didn't tell you about what's beyond the shadows over there? No? Scar is all, oh yeah, only the bravest go over there. I'm brave. Watch out for Scar, master of reverse psychology. Simba and Nala go off together to see the part of the land they're not supposed to go see, but Scar played mind games and away they go. Zazu catches up to them and says, he and Nala will one day be betroven. Ew, I can't marry her. She's my friend. You know it's a quotable movie when no one even remembers that gem. We bridge it to I Just Can't Wait to Be King, and you know this is a great movie when this is probably the weakest song. Gotta admit, this scene hurts it just a little bit. The animal tower at the end is sillier than this movie should be, but again, I'm looking hard for flaws in this movie. Once they get past the ping-pong talking parts with Zazu and get to the chorus, yeah, the song's pretty epic. Simba and Nala wrestle, and Nala keeps pinning Simba, but they roll into the shadows of the elephant graveyard. But Mufasa said not to, but you're not supposed to. Uh-oh, Zazu shows up to stop their fun. He says they're in danger. Simba says he loves danger and laughs, and then we get the eerie echo of hyena laughter. Awesome. We meet the hyenas. I love how the hyenas in Lion King remind me of Starscream from the Transformers cartoon series. Look it up. Simba says they can't do anything to them. Zazu says, actually they can because technically we're in the hyena land. Simba turns to the bird and says, but Zazu, you said they're nothing but mangy, unintelligent flea bags. And that's funny because kids legit do that to you all the time. Elephant Graveyard is terrifying during the day. Props for that animation and design. The hyenas chase Simba and Nala. They've got him cornered. Simba tries to growl and the hyenas laugh at him. The hyenas mock him and they're like, do it again. And he tries, but then a roar comes out. And it's kind of scary. It's actually a cool surprise. And it's Mufasa who emerges from behind them and the hyenas cower. You want scary? Listen to James Earl Jones. Mufasa tells Zazu to take Nala home, and they nail that moment of dread as a kid when you have friends over and you do something wrong and your parents tell your friends they have to go home. And for those last few seconds as they're putting on their shoes and their coat, they're the only buffer between the crime and the punishment you're about to get. Simba walks home with his dad, who actually softens and gives him more James Earl Jones advice, and man, I would buy whatever that man sells. I would listen to hours of James Earl Jones saying the most eye-rolling trite advice. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. The hyenas lick their wounds. They're not a bright tribe. They're stupid and hungry. Scar shows up and a plan is afoot. Oh, Scar, it's just you. We thought it was someone important. Ouch. You know, this is why I'm doing this. Watching this as an adult, Scar is the unpopular brother who got screwed out of being the king because his perfect king brother had to have a perfect little baby boy. Then the perfect big brother can't see past himself and is like, why aren't you excited about all this? And then the stupid kid grows up and starts giving him the gears about how he's going to be king one day and not him. And you know what? You know how that would make you feel? Just like twisting the knife and the lowest of the low. The hyenas disrespect him. Like, yeah, you know, it's time to start making your own breaks, Scar. I agree, dude. Like, let's do it. Let's get the stampede going. Let's crush some of these. Okay? We get Be Prepared, best villain song ever, better than Poor Unfortunate Souls, obviously. So he rallies the hyenas. Let's start rolling some head. There's a foreboding scene where Scar has a one-on-one with Simba and tells him that he has a surprise, and it's so quiet. The hyenas are in place. They wait for the signal. Simba is practicing his roar, and then the ground starts to shake, and it's a stampede. The animation of them approaching, blurry in the distance, and then going to focus as they get closer is a big thumbs up. This is as high as you could push the medium back in the 90s. We get the horror movie shot where Simba's jaw drops in the background, like, comes forward. I can't explain it. You'd recognize it. It's in every horror movie. Simba is in the middle of the stampede and is barely staying alive. He gets to a small tree and Mufasa tries getting to his about-to-be trampled son. Zazu wants to fly for help, but Scar backhands him unconscious. Everyone remembers the death scene, but no one remembers how absolutely badass Mufasa is in the scene. He is fighting for his kid's life, and as a father, this scene is heavy. It's like 2 million times harder to watch as a dad. Mufasa gets Simba to safety and he clings to the side of the cliff, and here we go. He's asking Scar for help. Scar looks down at his brother and says, "Long live the king," and sends him down to his death. Death of a parent isn't new to Disney movies, but this one hits the hardest by like a mile. And that dangling cliff moment changes the Disney movie landscape forever. I swear, every single Disney movie from here on in has to have a character dangle from a ledge. That aside, this might be the heaviest moment in any Disney movie. Maybe, probably. The action, the animation, the music burns real fear into your heart. Then we get the scene where Simba finds his dead father and tells him to wake up. How good is this scene? For real, 25 years ago, when toxic masculinity wasn't even a term or a thing, and men were supposed to legit be unfeeling robots, always strong, this was universally acknowledged as being on a very short list of things as a man it was absolutely okay to cry about. I'm serious. Ask any man over 30 and he will tell you it's a fact. Scar shows up and scolds Simba. "You killed your father, run away." Simba runs, and there's this great pause with Scar kind of in a trance, just staring forward as the hyenas stand beside him, and there's just nothing. 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 Then Scar goes, "Kill him." Oh, this movie. The music kicks in, the hyenas, the Helenas, I spell check, Helenas, although being chased by bloodthirsty Helenas would be an amazing scene for a different movie. But anyways, Simba kind of falls in the thorn bushes and gets away, and the hyenas are like, "Meh, I'm not going there. Meh, never come back or we'll kill you." Scar is now king. He introduces a new world where hyenas and lions live together. New scene. Simba has collapsed and the buzzards are circling. We meet Timon and Pumbaa. "What's eating you, kid?" "Nothing. He's on top of the food chain." That's really funny. Something this movie does that never gets credit for is selling the drama in all these scenes against a bright blue sky. Like, I'm feeling fear and sadness and hopelessness all against a beautiful clear blue sky. We sing Hakuna Matata, I'm in. The lowbrow humor of this song is kind of annoying, but we need a break and we need to bring the mood back up after what we just went through, so I approve. Like, hey, Disney writers, study this movie. These silly scenes only work because they are breaks in proper dramatic storytelling. A movie of just weightless, silly songs and moments will never work. It'll never work. You need the gravity if you're gonna go silly. No one will ever buy into your story if it's at that level. Okay, I'm surprised this scene isn't vegan celebration these days, as they teach him to eat bugs instead of meat. That wasn't a burn or anything, I'm just like legit surprised. We get the crossing of the log passage of time montage. This is how it's supposed to feel. This is a better movie than The Little Mermaid, is it? Oh yeah. Scar has Zazu in a cage and tells him to sing a song. He breaks into a small world and Scar tells him to stop. So Scar hates that ride? He is the ultimate villain. Uh-oh, there's no food or water in Pride Land anymore. It wasn't sustainable with all the hyenas living there as well. That's not good. There's a different version of This Land playing again as they all lazily lay in the grass. Adult Simba is all chill all the time now. They talk about stars. This is a great scene because it's a rare victory for Pumbaa and also touching because it shows the first cracks in the armor in Simba's current no worries approach to life. There's more. He's more. He collapses on the rocks and dust flies into the air, and I think this is where the urban legend has it is if you watch it frame by frame, the blowing dust spells the word sex, which, you know, actually might be foreshadowing with Nala's return just around the corner, because eventually they have lion sex. And what? That's how it ends, okay? I'm not being gross. That's how the movie ends. Rafiki catches a hair floating through the air, and it's from Simba, and he's all, "Oh, it can't be." And that song starts again. That song, you know, I want This Land playing constantly in my life. I'll be taking out the garbage with that song playing, and it would feel like it has incredible gravitas. Rafiki uncovers the Simba wall art, and I gotta admit, I don't remember feeling this many feels watching this movie as a kid. For the record, my wife got that tattoo in honor of our daughter. Pumbaa is eating bugs and is attacked by Nala, and Nala is badass. He runs to Simba for help, and Simba and Nala throw down until they realize who each other are, and just like that, Simba's past comes rushing back. "Scar said you were dead." What else did he tell you? All that matters is that you're alive. You want some life advice? You want a true positive message? Why doesn't anyone quote that? Simba's like, I'm not going back. And Nala's like, kind of have to go back. Great storytelling, though. Nala ran into them because she now has to hunt further and further and further from Pride Lands as those resources have dried up. We get the movie version of Can You Feel the Love Tonight? I lived through 1994 when Elton John's version of this song took over the world, and rightfully so. So they tackle each other, and when she pins Simba, I'm sure you recognize Nala's "Come hither" look, yeah. Guy, Pride Land is destroyed. Hyenas ate everything. Simba doesn't want the responsibility, but she tells him, you have to. I left to find help, and I found you. Don't you understand? You're our only hope. This is being an adult. This is adulting. Simba does not want his adult responsibilities. He wants to sit on the couch and eat chips and drink Coke and play GoldenEye on the N64. But life has other plans for you. Life always has other plans for you. Rafiki returns and he's high as a kite and it's awesome. This land starts again, this scene. So much better than I remember. Rafiki tells him Mufasa is still alive. What? Animation jumps out of my standard def TV as he chases Rafiki through the jungle. He leads Simba to a lake. He looks down at his own reflection. Rafiki tells him to look harder. He starts to see his father in his own reflection. You see, he lives in you. Mufasa appears in the clouds. I'm thinking about my dad and my son, and now I'm a dad, and my dad won't always be here, and one day my son will be a dad, and then I won't always be here, and there's the song again, and he's supposed to remember who you are. Rafiki says, change is good. Simba says he has to face his past. Rafiki smacks him on the head. Ow, what did you do that for? Who cares? It's in the past, but it still hurts. And that's okay. This is a collision of animated life lessons, just one after another, after another, after another. This movie. Where's Simba? Rafiki shouts. The king has returned. And Nala gets the rest up to speed. Simba returns. I'm feeling this. The Pride Lands are empty. Simba's anger is rising. Nala and Timon and Pumbaa arrive and he says it's going to be dangerous. Nala says she laughs in the face of danger. Call back. Hyenas everywhere. Simba wants to take them to make wants them to make a diversion, and Timon is suddenly dancing in a hula skirt, and this is the second scene that hurts this movie. Here we go. Scar berates Sarabi, Mufasa's ex and Simba's mom. Simba shows up just in time to see Scar backhand his mom, and as lightning strikes, they all look up and they think Mufasa has returned from the grave. I have a lump in my throat. Simba tells him to step down. Scar is like, why does everything have to end in violence? Great line. See, Scar isn't just a one-dimensional bad guy. He tells Simba to tell them who's responsible for Mufasa's death, and Simba says it was him. Here we go. Scar is verbally all over him. Scar is smart. Lightning lights the dry bush below Pride Rock on fire, and now Simba is hanging from it. Scar can't just leave it alone. He admits to killing Mufasa, and Simba comes alive and turns the tables. He pins Scar and gets Scar to admit that he killed Mufasa. He does. Rafiki and Timon and Pumbaa fight the hyenas. Zazu is freed and joins the battle. Simba's all over Scar. Gotta say, I love how Simba is strong, but Scar is just so cerebral. There's fire everywhere. Scar is about to lose in his panic. He tries to throw the hyenas under the bus. Simba tells Scar he won't kill him, but he should run away. Call back. Scar swipes hot coals into Simba's eyes, and we get the slow-motion lion fight with the fire and the embers in the background. Iconic shot of Scar leaping from the flames at Simba. Scar gets dunked and falls, but he wakes up below, and the hyenas are like, oh yeah, you're not our friend anymore. And I guess the hyenas eat Scar. Remember in his song when he promises them they won't go hungry anymore? The rain begins. The fire is out. Rafiki points to Pride Rock. Simba, all beat up and hurt, walks to the top in the rain as an orchestral This Land plays. Jesus, this movie is so much more than a movie. He roars to the heavens. Fuck, this is good. Time passes. The Pride Lands regrow, and the animals return, and out of nowhere, the already epic music changes back into Circle of Life. Simba and Nala welcome their first child as Rafiki holds the baby up, and we complete the Circle of Life. And as an adult watching, this movie wins. It's not even close. This is number one. Lion King is better than The Little Mermaid. Lion King is better than Beauty and the Beast, and I was not prepared or expecting to react this strongly to The Lion King. This is the best of the classic four. It goes Aladdin, Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, and Lion King. Keep in mind, this is 100% reflects age, and it makes total sense. As a kid, you feel like the grown-ups are against you and you're smarter than you actually are. That's Ariel. As a teenager, you judge those around you and you feel alone and different and imagine an exciting life you think you deserve. That's Belle. As an adult, you wake up one day with responsibilities you didn't ask for, and the world is harsh and uncaring and unforgiving, and you could never get your carefree childhood days back no matter what you do. and people depend on you, and because people depend on you, you gotta suck it up and put one foot in front of the other all day, every day until you die. But there's also these moments of blinding happiness as an adult that make it all worth it, and it keeps you going. That's Simba. So The Lion King is the best Disney movie on VHS. Absolutely. Is The Lion King the best Disney movie of all time? No.
That's what I think about.
What do you think?
What we have is a concern about Curtis Anderson. His interviewing style is not the best. His personal appearance is not the best. I was wondering if the man has some kind of a hold over the channel that he's allowed to be employed for so long with the standards of journalism and personal appearance that he has. Thank you.